okay, the 15 rules of money. And we should be able to learn this thing. The reason why, because if you don't know the rules of money, there's every tendency that no matter what you do, you will just simply make poor because money is a rule. All right, yeah, 15. Okay. So for those of you that maybe did not get some of the things I mentioned last time, so I'm going to take it again so we can continue from there. Okay, so the first one is money. Know the rules of money. You need to understand the rules of money. You need to know that money is a game. All right, money is a game. Creating wealth is a game. All right. What I mean is a game. You need to understand something, certain things. Like someone we said, "Oh, don't go there," is a risk. What are you talking about? Life itself is a risk. So life itself is a risk. You coming here is a risk. I told people when they will say, okay, when people will say, oh, I don't want to go to this certain area to buy property because there are kidnappers there or there are bad boys there. I will always answer. I said, okay, so if they could knock somebody down at Aba Road, will you say you will not go to Aba Road again? Because I want to enter Aba Road, they could just knock you, so I won't go to Aba Road again. All right. So we need to understand the rules of money. First of all, we need to know that life itself is a risk. One thing I tell people, life is a risk. So if you're not willing to take that risk, you will not be wealthy. All right. Now the risk is divided into two parts. It's either you want to take the safe part, which is of God, okay, and make your money genuinely, or you want to do other means to make money. The risks are all the same risk. The good part is when you're focusing on the God kind of wealth, okay, all right. You have to go through some processes, okay, but if you're also going through this one, you also go through some processes. So whether you call the person a name, whatever name you want to call is because the person choose to take that risk. All right. Now there are some set of people that just feel if you're wealthy, then you must be doing something wrong. Now because they don't understand the rules of money, they don't understand how the game of money works. Okay, and anything that you neglect, anything that you speak negative about, anything at all, you will not get it. So you see, understand the pattern. So if I said that you that is wealthy is because you're doing some foul play, that means I need to do that foul play to be wealthy. I'm not sure you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so you need to understand the rules of money. You need to understand that making wealth is has a principle. So the first thing is how do you talk? All right, your confession also matters a lot. Okay, so you need to play through that part. So the next one is this part is very dicey. I think I pondered on it the other day, but I'm also going to talk about it. Okay, a job will not make you rich. Okay, yeah, a job will not make you rich. Whether you like it or not, your job can never make you rich. I've not seen anyone that is wealthy through just a job. I don't care how much they are paying you at the end of the month. I don't care how much is your salary. But if you are thinking that the only way you can be rich, the way you can create generational wealth is by working in that same place, you're wrong. You're totally wrong. Okay. Now, because let me tell you how the game is meant to be. The game is meant to be this way. So therefore, so why must I stay there for a longer time? Okay. Scientists have shown that the way work is meant to design is the fact that when you start working, okay, now that is why we have the room for promotion. Okay, it gets to a point where you become a consultant with the company. At that point, you can either become a consultant or become a partner with the company. At that point, you don't earn by salary again. You earn, okay, you earn by the commission the company is making. So you're getting a certain percentage from the company. Because because this is the point where people will feel, okay, if job cannot make me rich, so let me go and do something else. You understand? No. Because when you're there working, you're learning, Okay, you're putting in your efforts. Okay, you're learning every day. So every day you're moving forward, every day you're getting something new, every day you're facing new challenges. Okay, and also learning how to come out from those challenges. All right, now it gets to the point where you no longer become a staff of the company. Okay, so at that point you either own the company, okay, or have or being a partner with the company. At that point you now start being among the people that make decision at the board. Okay, now you're now a shareholder, and this is very common. No, so everybody think that we all must run a business, we all must become a CEO if we want to create wealth. Is totally wrong. All right, and nobody's also telling you to go and even sack your boss. We're funny about things like this. You understand? But if you need to understand that if job will not make me rich, but job is literally the starting point to get wealth. If you want to create wealth, the first point is you must have something doing. You must have a regular income. You must have a regular income. That must be something you are doing. I don't care how little the pay is. We're not talking about the pay now. We're talking about you're doing something and every single day you're multiplying that thing. Okay, you're multiplying that thing. So from that point where, and this is where a lot of us get it wrong. While working, okay, is where you make the most connection you want to make, but you meet people. You're introduced to new community, you're introduced to new set of people, new environment. All right, so now when you organize with those your environment, when you want to now start your own, okay, when you want to now start your own, all right, it's easy because you already have people around already. You have people that you can talk to, you have people that can advise you, know more about the business, you know more about what you're doing, so it's easier for you to get to where you want to get to. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense? Okay. So if we say that this thing will not make you wealthy, it won't make you rich. Of course, it's going to put in money into your pocket, but it won't make you rich. Okay. Literally, we're telling you that, but it's a starting point for you to what create wealth. I have a meeting with someone, okay, is someone that we want to get property from, okay, and while we're having the, I think that was this week, it was this week, yeah, this week Tuesday as well. So while we're having the meeting, he said something striking. He said when you want to start a business, this is a big man, all right. I won't say he's a billionaire, but I would say he's a millionaire. Okay, he's into politics and the rest. So we're talking, and he was like, "Oh, that when you want to start up a business, you must keep a wasted phone." So he was telling me about the app they build, okay, and how they were able to. The first thing they did was they already spent about 70 million at that time to build the app and everything. Now they kept 100 and something million down to push the app for people to know the app. Okay, instead that money you call it a phone that you can play with. You understand? So by the time you play with those funds, use it to push, just waste the funds to push publicity. When I even say waste, we're talking about pushing them into publicity and everything, okay, to get the audience that you need. So now this is him talking to me and say, if you have like 1 million naira to spare, okay, so he was telling me, oh, you need to go into fintech, okay, if you have like one billion naira, just put in 400 million naira in creating the app, then use 600 million as a waste fund. Now you now that have not even done anything, you don't even have where. How do you want to now raise that 1 billion now to now do a waste fund? But you know what that done that what that what you know what that actually minister to me is when you're starting a business, okay, there is every tendency. See, your business does not just grow like this. What makes you stronger is the amount of failures, and yet you survive, and yet you're still standing strong. That makes you a businessman. Ask any businessman, they will tell you the amount of challenges they face. have gone to. They will tell you amount of money they've wasted, money they've lost in the business. So if you don't know all these things, do not think that, oh, it is that 20 million or that 10 million that I have, that 20 million, I'll just need to start up something, etc. And along the line, except you don't want to be wealthy. Okay, except you don't want to be wealthy. Because there's a point where strategies with disaster will come. But as long as you're seeing focusing on that same thing, well, like everything is being taken away from you, but you're still moving forward. Okay, so now where do you now learn all these things? Is when you're working. So you now see that if you're working, it goes beyond you receiving pay. There's so much you need to now learn. There are people you need to now know. So you understand this. And so now when you now start up your own, it's easier for you to keep going. Where are all the people that went to start forward that say, oh, forward, we'll sack our boss, we'll start? Where are they? Where are the young people? I thought by now, if it's the way we everybody, all the young people in this world entered into forest 4 years ago, we should not be having any poor young person on the street now. Where are all the people that does affiliate marketing that they will say, oh, you just go and sack your boss and go and start, you sack, you so go sack, you come sack. But the simple concept is we do not understand how this thing runs. All right. So when people say your job will not make you rich, they are all right. They are right. But the other thing that they are not saying is how to now leverage if you want to now pick up your own. Knowing fully that if your job will not make you rich, but you need someone that will carry you along to get, you need someone that you will clamp on top to get to the next point. Am I right? One of the person I know in this country that didn't start up any business from scratch on his own, okay, he's Tony Nimelu. But what does he do? Invest in other people's company. Okay, he started as a banker. Nobody told us. There is no history say that he went and now start one company from scratch day one. No. But from buying shares and buying shares and buying shares and buying shares, okay, he started at a point in time, he now become the highest shareholder and he buy up the company. I don't understand my point. Yes. He never started anything from scratch. But seen as a banker, he was able to understand the system, how the system runs. It is not what you're receiving, it's what you want to get. See, it's not all about the funds. Okay, now that's how he able to get his own. Yes, okay, I look at they started from scratch. But it's not everybody that will start from scratch. I'm not sure understand what I'm saying. You understand? So when this part comes saying you must sack your boss, you better be careful. Just be careful. Not that it's not a good idea, it's a perfect idea. But the question now is, how strong are you? How strong are you? A lot of young people that I know, some of us will even say, because my mother is sick, so if you don't allow me to go, somebody will die. Young people, there's a lot of errors we do when it comes to this point. You know, when they will say family first, who told you? No, pardon my English, please. Okay, and I mean no disrespect. If if you're six in the family, you're six in your family, or seven in your family, and your mom suddenly maybe something happened good or it must be good, and the only person they think they could call to come and stay with your mom in the village is you. What does that mean? What does that mean? The only person they could call to come and stay in the village is you. What does that mean? Eh? Your job. Thank you. Thank you. You're jobless. I don't care how you want to put it. Then some of us will not say it's the family, oh, it's my mama, and your uncle in your senior brother, your elder brother, you're in London, seeing there, calling you to go. He didn't leave his London and come and stay with you here and say I'm abandoning everything to come and stay. So you see, and that's why you see every December, every January, you see a lot of people looking for jobs. You know why? December they all travel. It's family meeting. I can only family meeting or anything. You are talking about our family. Yes, you've been doing family, 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 and you're seeing poor. So what's the problem? Why can't it change a little bit now? Because we joke with our own career. Now nobody's saying family is not good. I love my family. Everybody should love your family. But that you will sacrifice, that you say you will not work. There are some people that every year they keep resigning from a job, looking for a new job. Or why? That family meeting. If I did not attend that meeting, somebody must die. It's so important that we attend. But don't you even understand? Now this one, I'm not saying. Even do you know that there are lots of people, eh, that even in their parents, their own parents, burial, and they worked. Maybe they are not. Maybe they stayed in UK or whatever. Most of them will not attend. I mean, if you understand that point. And they will now say, please do live stream so we could see what is happening. They will send all the money to support. Yes, you know why? Because the company will give them just 2 days or 3 days. Go and study the way go and study. No, because Nigerians, most of us that are young, we don't understand this game. Go and study some of this thing. For any disease, family, close family, including your mother and your father, and they are telling you it's 2 days off, you have or 3 days off. And when you now know that you will spend 2 days flying, how many days you want to go back? You now go back to tell them excuse, they don't sack you. So because they know that the time they have is just 3 days, okay, they will prefer to, I don't understand me, to, okay, let me support, but okay, do license. Because if you lose that job and come back, who will give you job again? You will now go back and start looking for job. And maybe uncle now has collected mortgage, the house is mortgage, the car is mortgage, this one is this, and he has to be paying there. How do you want to pay them? Okay, so you now consider the things around you, all right, before you make what you make decisions. You now consider the things around you. Nobody is saying you should not go. All they are saying is understand the rule of what of money. If you understand the rule, you say, okay, at this point in time, this particular one is more important, okay, than the next one. Okay, savings will not make you rich also. Yeah, savings will not make you rich. But however, savings is good. Savings is good. Savings is good. So instead of savings, what word would you use at the end that is profitable? Hmm? Investment. So when we say savings will not make you rich, meaning we're saying that investment will make you what? Rich. It's only poor people that would think if I start saving 50 um 200 naira every day, 200 naira every day, in 10 years, I'll be ready to build skyscraper in 10 years, in 20 years, in 30 years. Okay, let's do a little bit mathematics. Some of us have our calculator there with us. Okay, now do do um um 500 500 I like starting from big catch. Okay, do half a million, that is 500,000. Okay, do 500,000 times 12, that's 1 year, right? All right, what? Eh? How much? 60 million. 6 million. Okay, do it times 40 years, that is times 40. Eh? 240 million. Yeah, hold on first, hold on. 500,000, okay, times 12, how much? Eh? 6 million. Okay, fine. Now 6 million times 40, that is for 40 years. Eh? So you see how many years? How many people in this country? that has 500,000 to save in a day, so in a month. So after you finish your expenditure, first of all, how many people you receiving 500,000 in a month? So you see why savings cannot make you what? Do you know why Ponzi scheme, high risk investment, do you know why they scam people of their money? Well, why people lose their money in high risk investment? And by the way, it's not scam, it's your greediness that caused it. It's not scam. The reason why do people lose money in forex, main money in forex? Why? Hmm? Why? Greed. Okay, yeah. They are the ones that believe that if I can be dipping it like this, like this, like that, they will not times it. The same thing Ponzi. In my own view, all right, I would say Ponzi scheme is not a scam. Every other person can say it's a scam. Let me tell you why I say it's not a scam. I said they took advantage of your own greed. Now, when we talk about the three kind of investment, we say any investment that gives you more than that gives you 15% monthly, even 10% monthly, is classified as an high risk investment. Then you now go and say they should be giving you 20% monthly, 200% monthly, a whole you. Then you will now times it times 30. You will now times it. So if they give you that in a month, you will now times it times 1 year, times it times your sense that thing will keep coming again. You times it times 5 years or 10 years. Then instead of you to now use your money, use the profit to start doing something, use the capital and allow the profit to keep rolling, you will now take both your capital and your profit and you put inside. Because why? You already calculate the gap. So when we say savings cannot make you, so you see that even after 40 years, that is if you decide to keep 500,000 every month. And the average Nigerian, large percentage of Nigerians receive less than 100,000 in a month. So what do I want to say? What do you want to say? So before you are saying that I want to go and look for a well-paying job, understand? Yes. So imagine 40 years. That if you do not stop, if you back to back. But what about if you decide to do just for? But do you know that your 6 million that you can get for that year, you can invest it in something and let it multiply for you. In fact, you don't even need to wait in that time to even start investing to let it multiply for you. But no, we will not do that one. We will not believe that by the time we save, we become what? Wealthy. We came into the system, we encountered the challenges. Some of them we've not been able to pull out from. Some of them we have been able to manage them. But I understand that the more we're going, the brighter the road seems to be. Okay, but it's not everyone that can withstand those challenges. It's not everyone. Okay, it's not everyone that can understand how it works. So I will say, okay, we need to let this thing out. For me, I feel one of the major challenge, but I don't think right now we don't really have. I've not been seeing most of all these motivational speakers again, and I'm seeing we people now talking to people. Okay, now the next one is time is not money. Okay, time is not money. Time is not money. Some will say money is time. Okay, time now money. That's the key. But yeah, but let me say something. Time is not money. All right. The rich does not get rich by time. It is the poor that gets paid by time. All right. The rich get paid based on results. The rich get paid based on results. The poor get paid based on time. Someone said Someone said if you want to buy things at the supermarket without looking at the price tag, then learn to walk without looking at the time. All right. So if you want to buy things, if you want to go to the mall and you just pick and just give them space and they just flash car. He said if you want to do that, okay, learn to walk, okay, without looking at what the time. Say learn to walk without looking at the time. Learn to walk without looking at the time. You know, what was his name? Mars was surprised one day when he was asking me about how much is a liter of fuel. I don't know how much is a liter of fuel till tomorrow. I don't know. I cannot tell you how much is a liter of fuel. Why is this? Because I don't want to carry my head and tie around it. So he says, so what do you do when you want to buy fuel? I said, I just go. I just say, okay, let them give me fuel. If it's 30,000, I want to buy it. If it's 40,000, if it's 50,000, just put it in my car. Let me go. Say, but I don't know. I don't know the liter. It is poor man that want to know everything. How much is a cup of gari? How much are you buying it? How much is this? How much are you doing? You see, so it start from there. Okay. Some of us are even using our own lifestyle so we won't drag the poverty. Because the poverty is saying I don't want to come, you're even forcing the poverty to come. You go to market, you want to price cloth, you price in the last it. You price the fish, you so price, madam, you know greedy sir, no, now this one, you so price and squeeze everything out. Oh God help me. The woman now, because she has not sold anything since morning, just say, I just come and take it, let me rest. No, no, no. As good as some person think it is. No, that's a point. That's an aspect those things work. Yeah, that is an aspect it works. So you focus more on the result, okay, not on the time. Focus more on the result. So sometimes I stay and I look at it and I look at the day and I'm like, okay, what do I want to get from today? So some days my day will start very early. Some days never too early. And when I mean very early, maybe around 4 a.m., 3 a.m. Some days no. All right, some days no. Because and sometimes within that 4 a.m. to between 4 a.m. to 6, I've accomplished everything I need for that day. Because the people I want to talk to, the meeting I want to do, the will conclude everything that time. So what you see at the end of the day is just information of us. So I will just be here as something is going on because I will settle that meeting already. Does that make any sense? Okay, so you need to work, you need to understand. And then the second one is money is everywhere. Money is everywhere. I love this part. Money is everywhere. There is money everywhere, believe in me. You're the one that don't have it with you. But there is money everywhere. When you see people, what do you see? The world is great. There are two set of persons in this world. No middle ground. There are two set of people. Okay, the wicked ones and the good ones. Okay, the mediocres and the successful ones. All right, the rich and the poor. No, nothing like middle. You that say I'm average. Who told you that is average somewhere? Somebody say my pastor says average are just well decorated poor man, poor men. So that is either you're rich or you're poor. Choose one. Yeah, yeah. So when you see people, what do you see? Do you see money in them, or you just see people? Because life is designed in such a way that people. I think as somebody said this. I think it was Grant Cardone that said in the next 10 years, from it has already started that if anyone will patronize you, it will be people that know people that know people that know someone that knows you. I'm not trying to understand what I just did now. Do you know that most of the things we do now, 95%, go and look, go and check, 90% of them are based on referrals. Now, it has been like that for the past three years, and now it's becoming more stronger. Based on referrals, 90% of them are based on referrals. Because you know why? You don't have the stuff, but you know someone that can do it. Then you stand, okay, to say, I know them, come and buy. And it's going to be worse. Yes, it's going to be, it's not worse. It's going to be, we're going to enjoy it because it's going to be, it now is 90, but you get to even 99 based on referrals. So I get something from you, all right, and you introduce me to somebody else to get. It's going to be based on referrals. Based on referrals. All right. It's going to be based on referrals. So when you see people, what are you saying? This person might not have the funds to give to me, but this person has someone that will give me what I need. This person cannot afford it, but this person will give me the person. All right. Yes. Yes. It's going to be based on what? On referrals. Then this is I think I'm going to talk on this briefly before we move forward, okay, and I will end it for there. I think they have started a little bit at my time. Okay. Now another thing again you need to understand is this, that it's not everybody, it's not everybody that is your market. Your product is not meant for everybody. The question is, who are you producing that thing for? Who are the people that are meant to use your product? And I think this is where we're getting it for mostly people that want to start up their business from scratch. Okay, they don't even know their target audience. So who are your target audience? Because your product is not for everybody. No, make no mistake about, your product is not for everybody. Who are your target audience? Okay, who are your target audience? Okay, what your target audience? You see this one when you say, when people will say, oh, for instance, say, okay, what I'm selling is white, and you can't say everybody's asking for black, everybody just asking for, who told everybody's asking for black? Are you telling me that over 7 point something million people, billion people asking for black? Nobody's talking about white. The question is, you are the wrong place at the right time. So you have to shift, because your market is always there. That your product is cheap does not mean people come and buy. That your product is affordable. Some of us think the product will be so affordable for people. That means you want to just attract cheap clients around you. You understand my point now? Okay. So now, who are your target audience? Can anybody mention how many person? Can you mention the number of people that have Lamborghini in River State? Eh? Lamborghini in River State. Eh? Someone should help me. How many person? Eh? Eh? You don't think anybody have it? So the full River State, nobody have it. You sure? Somebody should have it, please. Uh-huh. Have you seen anyone today? How many person have Toyota Corolla? Eh? Eh? Everywhere. How many people have Spider? Yeah. Yeah. So you cannot go to a Lamborghini store and said it's too expensive. But I just buy that Toyota Corolla now. They say now this one. How can you come and say this one? Because they make their product for what? For a selected, okay, set of people. They know that if you line 100 persons, out of the 100 persons, even one might not be able to afford their own product. They know. So if they want to display their product, maybe they want to do exhibition, they don't go and gather the whole town to come for the exhibition. Yeah, doesn't matter who you are, whether you're a president, doesn't care. They know they care. If they do not give you that invite, it's not the one that I'm going there, make my brother and come and join my brother and my sister to come. No, I lie you. They don't. So sometimes when you find out about this brand, how they display, where they display their products, then you understand that you as a person, that thing that you're selling, okay, that thing you're selling is unique, that you cannot bring down your price because of anybody. First of all, you tell yourself, who are my target audience? So if my target audience are this set of people, then let me give this set of people what they want. So meaning that it's not everybody that will come. I'm not sure you understand what I just said now. Okay, fine. So it's all based on what you are putting out there. Yes, it's all based on what you're putting out there. Someone says, a commander says something, says, he said, outside is not expensive. Are you want to stay for Victoria Island? It's not expensive. And you just want to stay there. So don't cry. So if someone is there and just like, because they didn't do that, it's not for everybody. I don't know if you understand my point. It's not for everybody. So if you want to go, first of all, can I carry it? So don't go and complain. Don't say, this VI, this place we are, this is expensive. Just go and look for somewhere and put yourself. Don't just complain. Imagine, see how much you are paying. No, 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 sorry. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Okay, so that is how it works. So you look at who this thing is meant for. Okay, who this thing is meant for. Okay, who this thing is meant for. Who are the people? Who are the people that is meant for? So when you see even okay, let me go to my gender. That always say she's coming because of my money. Now you dey look for high class grade. That LA a cream alone can buy your cream for 10 years. No problem. So the day she say, honey, I'm sorry, can you please help me and get my cream? You now say, tell me, and you go and hear the price. Oh God, help me. And to her, you're not doing anything. Just time. Yeah. So it's also on both sides. So your product should literally be for the market. So when you're doing, say, okay, this thing, what am I making this song for? What am I doing this production for? Then go and target just those people. So when anybody come and say they cannot afford it, it's because they cannot afford it. Let them go. The other one will come, we cannot afford it, no problem. Then the ones that can afford it will now what? The time will come when the ones that can afford it will now start coming. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense, right? Yes. Yes. So that's what we should be working on. All right. Okay, so we'll call a wrap for today's class. Any question so we can close? One or two questions, then we can wrap it up for today. All right, one or two questions.